Hello everyone, and we are looking at Pluto's ingress in Aquarius for the 12 signs. But first and foremost, let's just take a little recap on Pluto in Capricorn that was here 15 years. It's been a long ride. Just pat yourself on the shoulder. You've come a long way from then. Back in 2008, I was wearing a huge mitten over my head because I just was very, not like unaware, but I became aware. And wow, I am looking forward to see what Pluto in Aquarius is going to bring, because awareness is going to be so amplified. And knee-jerk reaction would be, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Guys, if you haven't figured it out yet, there's nothing good and there's nothing bad. So many shades of gray. You can find pros and cons for almost anything. You can find pros and cons in my pinky. Doesn't make it good, doesn't make it bad. It's just a pinky. That's it. That's all it is. It is what it is. The Pluto and Capricorn phrase, we shall not forget. All right, are you ready? Pluto and Capricorn was just, I would just say, the three words that come to me: power, structure, legacy. So how did you obtain your power? What is the power to you? What was the structure that has shifted and transformed in your life since 2008? And what is the legacy that you're going to be thinking about after another 20 years, when Pluto will be done in Aquarius, and we can just compare them side by side and see which one is good and which one is bad, which is obviously illusion based on your perspective, experience, and again, what power you give to the definitions, what structure you use to give them color, and what is the legacy that you're going to leave behind in all of that. Pluto in Aquarius is here to get us out of this paradigm. The main three words that I feel will be at the forefront for the next 20 years while Pluto is in Aquarius is the innovation, rebellion, and evolution. Speaking of Pluto in Aquarius, we have really exposed some corruption in the big structures of our society, governmental, legal system, societal, even personal structures. We're not the same people where we were in 2008. And the consequences of the power dynamics that Pluto and Capricorn was attacking, I feel, really subtly, is that we came to realize that things can take our power away from us. But again, if the power is taken away from us, it doesn't mean that we can't get it back, and it doesn't mean that they take us away from us. So whatever is the power struggle that you have had, whether you were rising high or falling low, you still have you. And that's what Pluto in Aquarius is going to reveal slowly and slowly. Pluto works very slowly, but it's not as chill as we want it to be. It's a confronting energy, and what is confronted is that we understand that there is always impermanence in life. As we know, Aquarius is radical. They're wearing one sock is green and another one is red. No one gives about it. It's, wow, look at that. Like the socks are different. Do you have to wear them like that? No, you don't. Will you also have a right to wear them like that, right? So it's duh. Who said that you need to wear socks the same color? That's Aquarius energy. So that would be happening for all of us. So there will be a green sock collective and the red sock collective. And then there will be those who are wearing both at the same time, but having the other socks of those pairs in their pockets just to shape shift and be accepted in the red sock collective or the green sock collective. So we're not thinking government anymore. We're not thinking society anymore. It's literally the red sock collective, the green sock collective, the gray sock collective, and they all trying to get like the top hat, who is the coolest, who is this or who is that, who is more evolved. There's going to be all this like the dark side of spirituality really rearing its head in. We can already see that. What else? It's just going to be power decentralized, and some things will be really tested here. I hope we don't get too crazy on this one, on the red and the green sock drama, speaking in metaphors, obviously. And what happens if you mix the colors and organize something totally unique? And what is the entry fee? What is the exit fee? We're going to be all exploring that in the next 20 years. And I'm really curious if there will be, sometimes right now, like you can't even wear like I don't know, you can't wear stuff that you represent or like you agree with, and then people cancel you out, or you say something wrong, or you wear something else and everyone is upset with you. We'll have more of that. But again, there will be so much hidden until it erupts up again that we will find out, like we find out about how corrupted like some people are in the scene. I'm not going to say any names, but again, we see so many things just bubbling up, literally last minute of Pluto and Capricorn. It will be the same thing happening in the 40s, where we will be realizing that this powerful person over here is losing power because they actually were both at the same time. How could they? How dare they? They were at the same time in the red sock collective and the green sock collective at the same time. That's not right. I'm being super sarcastic right now. So this is kind of what I am thinking this is going to be happening. So definitely the power will be disintegrated into these smaller collectives that will be trying, like little fish in the pond, to eat the same cookie, do this to each other. So obviously we'll be having like much a wider palette on what human experience can be, and that's going to be all okay. On the other hand, because there's such a huge shift and something can be radical, and it can be all both creative and at the same time changing like the whole definition of feet that can fit into the socks, right? And maybe it's not called feet anymore, and maybe it's not socks anymore, maybe it's something else. Imagine having nano socks that just walk themselves to you when you have lost them. So definitely think outside of the box with Pluto and Aquarius. And I hope my metaphors and straight to the point sock theories resonate with you. All right, now let's just have a look at what is going to be happening for all of the 12 signs, starting with Aries and how it is going to affect each rising or sun or moon sign archetype across the zodiac. Which sock collective are you? Have you decided yet? Aries, good news for you. That hideous transit of Pluto and Capricorn in your 10th house that made you be the coffee boy or coffee girl for so long, for literally no acknowledgement as it seemed. But now you are like looking back and thinking, holy moly, I actually became so good at this, and I know exactly how to do that, and I am smashing this, and I'm actually not half bad. Like, what was the issue? Like, why was I shaking in my knees all this time in front of the higher ups? Now you are the higher up yourself. Pluto in Aquarius, that will be heading into your 11th house as literally of tomorrow, 20th of November, Sydney time, 7:40 and in the morning. So you will wake up, rise and shine, and now you are the leader of the pack. You are here to show everyone how it's done. You are here right now for the next 20 years to preserve, like the challenge is you preserve your individuality while working in the group setting. You whether organize your own collective or you play such an important role in the existing group, existing collective that has like-minded spirit around it, that has manifestation all lined up. And the challenge is, How are you going to say no to people in the collective? How are you going to say yes to them? Do you need to change your socks for them? And do they need to change their socks for you? And maybe there are no socks allowed, and now you have to be like, oh my god, the socks was my life. What am I gonna do here? I have to redefine this, and this is kind of your challenge here, and an opportunity. By the end of the transit, you will be hopefully famous for the good reasons in your group, spreading influences on others at the larger scale. I would just say, Aries, you do you, and really listen to people. What do they want from you? And just give them that. That's all you have to do. You don't need to change your colors for every single desire, every single thing, and just look at your higher goals and understand how your biggest ambition was battered literally in the last 15 years. What were your takeaways from that? Now we are swapping the career with organizations, with groups. So there's other people, and they are people, they're humans, they have got a beating heart. You have to remember that you are a person of your own as well. So blend the edges and you will achieve great things. I honestly believe this will be 2 decades for you to be remembered by. And before Pluto goes into Pisces, I think you just have to keep working and keep molding the structure to your own vision. Your vision is very important. Do not allow other people's eyes to be plugged into you. If they do not align, you would have to find a way to pretty much find a way to enter and exit and understand what is the price there. Before you idealize any group, any organization, any high ideal, question it, triple question it, and take your sweet time. You'll have 20 years to make all the mistakes, and I will be here to support you. I'm joking. Oh no, I'm joking. Anyway, Pluto, like, good or bad, again, we were talking about this before. Nothing is truly good or bad. It's all about the perspective. It's all about the energy. So follow your own energy and understand that authenticity would be the name of the game. Do not go full circle from being famous for something that you have done, or like for being you, and then 20 years down the line you have to bend backwards to still be that character. Do not be a character for the group. Be yourself and let the group interact with you, not the character that you have created. Kind of gives me a little bit of the puppet and the puppeteer vibe here. So do not become a puppet. Okay, Aries? Can you do that for me? I will see you. I hope not in the next 20 years. I will see you soon. Yeah. Okay. Love you so much. Bye. Taurus. Pluto has been in the 9th house for the last 15 years, and now it is moving into the 10th house. So you are getting quite serious, and you will be putting a lot of effort into your goals and career ambitions. You will be getting professional AF. I hope. So yeah, just long awaited recognition is finally on the cards. But again, Pluto it's not sneaky, but it's going to test, because I have just went through this 10th house shenanigans with Pluto in in Capricorn, but you have Pluto in Aquarius, so you'll be working with, like, you will be working on a large scale. Now the scale is huge, and it's not just like wandering around and trying to find your anchor how it was in the last 15 years. Right now you are actually here to make a buck and make a bang, and you want to be seen for what you have put out there and have achieved. So I just think that with you, like, how much do you really want it? ask yourself that. How much do you really, really, really want it? And maybe you would totally change your career during this period a couple of times and really try and find yourself. What is unique that you are here to give to others? And do not be afraid how it's going to be received or perceived, because you will have multiple opportunities to try different things, and you will really understand, oh my God, this is the golden ratio I've been looking for all this all my life. Really, this is one of those career changing, wings giving transits that you shall not forget. So think big, think bold, and you will be surprised what's going to be happening with you on the horizon. The only thing I would say is just pressure. So with that, being Taurus, sometimes you would want to take things slowly, but as it is Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarius is quite, it's still a fixed sign, but again, your life will be feeling a little bit chaotic in a way that, okay, how do I, like, you would want to prepare, but you would not have time to prepare for something you haven't done before. So you know what I mean? So just try to get out of your mindset that I know exactly how it should be, or I don't want to sacrifice my authenticity for this, so I'll keep it this way. Sometimes you would have to be challenged like that. You would be asked to do things you haven't done before, and that's okay. And talk to someone about if you have imposter syndrome or something like that, just kill it. Like, kill it. You're gonna kill it if you if you kill your imposter syndrome. By kill, I mean slang, right? Just like, you're killing it. That's what they say here in Australia anyway. And yeah, so make sure you look at yourself from a bit of a wider angle. Do not speculate under the microscope on every single task. Delegate, involve the team, like scale it up a bit. You just have to manage the expectations by new management principles. Innovate your management, and you're gonna be just fine. And I'm actually very surprised at how life-changing for all fixed signs this is gonna be. And maybe it's high time for fixed signs to get a bit of a shake up, because you guys tend to leave it last minute. Pluto is here to change that, and I'm really happy for you, and I'm wishing you the best of luck, because you, Taurus, have done so much work, and now it's the time to see the fruits of your labor. It's finally here. What a transformative energy, what a change. And yeah, you're going to create legacy for generations to come. Good luck with that. Love you, Taurus. Gemini, yeah, you have had Pluto in the 8th house for thousands and thousands. It seems like thousands of years. Well, it was only 15, but it felt like you have just uncovered generations and generations of trauma, of deep experience, of analysis, self-analysis, self-discovery. And now you are here, and Pluto is heading into Aquarius, staying there for good, and the next 20 years of your life is literally go outside and try new things. Gemini, welcome home. Yeah, you become very aware. Your belief systems shift, change like fire. You know right now what opportunities you need to be on the lookout, because you have internalized what the definition of true transformation and change really is in your mind, in your finances, in your intimate relationships, in the internal dialogue you have with yourself that you've been working so hard at really structuring, understanding. And yes, maybe some thoughts were overpowering, or yes, maybe some people were giving you a little bit too much to handle. But right now, you know what? You've got your brand new nanotechnology shoes on, You don't even care about the socks anymore. You just literally flying out this 20 years. You're flying out to some the most incredible landscapes that I don't even know. Like, I feel we need to be really asking Geminis for the next 20 years, like, what's going on? Normally we wouldn't. But this time it's like, hey, Gemini, do you know what's happening with our world right now? What's going on? Teach me more. So yeah, Gemini, you will be the teacher, the grandmaster. You will know life inside and out. You're going to be letting go of your old beliefs. You're going to be making other people believe something that they thought they would never believe. Your cultural settings might change. Your place where you live might change. Place where you live in your head. You know, sometimes we always have that place where we live in our heads. And sometimes it just needs a renovation. And this is what you will be having. You'll be having a renovation in your belief system. You will be having a renovation in your taste buds, how you digest life, how you think about life, what strengths you associate with, and what weaknesses do you despise and why. What are the power struggle between different thought structures in your own head? Are you feeding the right wolf, kind of thing? So I feel here you have so much going for you, and go big, expand. Do not think small. It's time for you to really shed anything that is just doesn't make any sense anymore. You have changed. You are a different person. You paid your debt karmically, literally. And what's holding you back? Ask yourself, what is holding me back? How do I explore, learn, and expand? And how do it in a safe way without cluttering your head with more unneeded things? I feel for Geminis, you'll be the go-to person for advice. You'll be the one giving the advice out. Just don't get too like stuck in your way. Allow flexibility and stay firm, but be open. Okay. And I'm wishing you the best of luck. I'm keen to read your travel blogs. I'm keen to read your cooking blogs. Some new recipes are coming from Geminis in life, and I'm all here for it. Love you, Gemini, and speak to you soon. Cancer. Oh my goodness. We have survived Pluto in Capricorn, and it was like opposing you. So all your relationships were in the spotlight. I would just say thank you, Cancer, for being so soft and direct and understanding, and also neutral, because you have seen it all. You have seen how other people react, how you react, the level of reaction, the level of no reaction. You have covered all of this in the last 15 years. You could have got married, got divorced, got married again, divorced again. What's going on? That was like, I mean, it was not easy. Right now, you are going into a brand new territory of really trying to look back and analyze the freaking thing and understand where was that change in you that occurred in the last 15 years that will propel you towards a greater sense of self-understanding. Because Pluto will be in the 8th house, you will be facing your demons head on this time. You're not going to be projecting on other people or dealing with their projections and thinking what's wrong with them or with you, whatever. You're going to be like, I know now where to look, and I'm going to look, and every turn, every rock won't be unturned. So you are getting down and dirty into your psyche. You are getting into the why. You're getting into the who is my confidant, who is my therapist, who is my person that I totally trust. Do you totally trust yourself, Cancer? Who is that person that doesn't have to be like a close person, but someone who will help you decipher all the signal, all the noise that's happening in your soul, in your heart of hearts, something that you always wanted to show others, wanted to protect, but now it's time to understand it and really think outside the box here. You are opening the Pandora's box of your anima, of your animus, the soul, the code by which you literally run. So you are, if you want to reprogram yourself like to the T, this is the time. You're going to be spending the next 20 years just improving that base upon which your psychology actually works and how you feel much better from it, because you Cancer can get not like ahead of yourself, but you either go for it or you don't, right? It's like you either really do it or you don't. So here you're gonna understand exactly when to go for it and when not to go for it. Without that glitch, you will be clear on what motivates you underneath all the layers. And also, you're gonna be more empowered in yourself as a result. You will be feeling the feels, like truly feeling the feels, and there will be new feels. And finally, you'll be like, oh my God, I now understand what happened back in the, no, in that year. Or I now understand what she meant by this. I get it now. I get the undercurrent now over here. In the past, forecasting the future, you're going to get really good at it, okay? You're going to get really good at it. You're going to emerge stronger than ever, and I totally feel like all your fears will be kind of done and dusted, and then it will be the time for you to explore new avenues when Pluto will be in Pisces, but that's like mid-40s, pretty far away. So 20 years, prepare of 20 years of deep psychological work that's going to make you feel... Deep psychological work is not a walk in the park. You would have to feel, you will have to cry, you will have to understand, you'll have to release, you have to be kind to yourself, you would have to take your time, and you would have to really do all this work. But this work will be the best work you could have ever done, especially after all you've been through in your life in the last 15 years, married, divorce, or whatever that is. Just like give yourself that time to understand. Once you understand, the problem is half solved. The other half would be just a matter of time for your dimensional self to manifest whatever you need to manifest so that you feel like $1 million again. But before that, $1 million is made by little cents stack on top of one another. Wow, I surprised myself here. All right, Cancer, love you so much. See you soon. Bye. Leo, wow, you have had Pluto in Capricorn in the 6th house, and now it is ingressing into your 7th house. Congratulations! You are going to finally feel a change in your relationships. So let's say if you're always have been single, this time it will be like, I am going to find someone fascinating for me and I'm gonna be in a partnership now. Or the other way around, it would be something like happily married for a very long time and now it decays and dies, the relationship. That's how Pluto works. It's not like happening overnight, obviously, but you can expect transformation. And if you still want to get stay together, of course, you love the person, there's nothing wrong with that they do, but something has shifted or is going to shift to the point where you'll be like, oh my God, he was an alpha, now he's beta, and now I'm the alpha. Or the other way around, I was the alpha and now I'm like sitting on the lap, sucking on the thumb of that person. Yeah, you will be definitely looking at others in a new light, and you'll be focusing on other people's needs more. You will be always juxtaposing their worth, your worth, sort of thing. And for Leo, I think it's a bit of a uh, time ticking device that can. So I would just say, I encourage you to always act from the place of heart, how you know you can do, because Aquarius is a little like it's not heartless. It's just because it's air. Air will go down or up any nostril. It doesn't care. It's like it's everywhere. But Leo, it's like it's opposite of that. It's the jewel. It's that fire, that spark, that just like the perfect conditions for it. It doesn't go up the nostrils. If it does, the nostrils are not gonna feel great. There's danger in that. I mean, you gonna be serving that vibe for the next 20 years. How you feel about that? I mean, all the fixed signs, this is not the greatest transit for you. Pluto and Aquarius for the fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius is going to be the time to like brace and embrace. And for the cardinal signs, it's like a big sigh of relief, like freaking finally we have made it, like giving the torch to the fixed signs. So all the Aries, all the Cappies and Cancers and Libras are having that sigh of relief, and that's because it was in the same those houses, the houses of career, and yeah, you understand, I hope. With Leo, Leo, you will have a change in your relationships, full stop. So let's say that you have everything was great, everything was fine, but now the other person is like, growing up, they're evolving, and you would have to whether match that or it's doesn't feel like oil and water. It's like now it feels like oil and water. It doesn't match. A challenge for you, yes, because you kind of stuck in your ways, but the other person could also be like that. So there's a lot of that like power shift thing happening. I just suggest seek counsel. Go to therapy with your partner. Like if you really want to save it, please try and save it, because Pluto, it's like you don't want to feel less than, no matter what the result is. At least you will know that you went to the core of the matter before you have made a transforming, life-changing decision. That's just what I'm going to say. Don't take this transit lightly, Leo, please. You would want to seek balance, but the balance is sometimes it's not fully equal, like 50-50. Sometimes the balance is in the ratio, because of the subject matter, or because of the like in chemistry. Sometimes there's something is a bit heavier than the other thing. It's like fire and air, like they're different but they work together. You would have that, and embrace your differences, embrace what makes you tick. And obviously, if something great I want to say, like with your partner, you will find new levels of intimacy with each other. You will understand each other without even saying a word. You will really move away from superficial stuff into the more like, wow, you are my person. You are my person, and I want to make it work for you. So kind of that's the vibe here. I hope you get the most out of it, Leo, and you will learn as you go on what is your identity, and what is your identity in relation to the other, right? And watch out for those projections, okay? Do not say that they are cold or distant without checking in on how you are showing up in that relationship, okay? Love you. Bye. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. It feels like every time I'm doing a Virgo prognosis or like a Virgo video, it always falls in the right place. I have no idea how you guys do this, but like everything just works out. It's like, wow. Seriously, my hat's off, Virgos. Okay. So we have had Pluto in Capricorn in your 5th house, and now Pluto is moving into Aquarius, into your 6th house, and that is all about getting serious to the point where you now want to just understand exactly how your life works and what needs to change in that life that you have created. I would say that now it's time to get down to the detail. Surprise, surprise. Because 6th house is actually like your house. You're gonna be feeling fine, I would say. You're gonna be feeling good. The next 20 years will be about efficiency, about work-life fulfillment for you. It will be about understanding when enough is enough, and maybe planning your life so that you don't have to work so hard to get the same result. So you would have to really use your brain, use your manager skill set, and manage your life in the way you have never managed your life. You could be having more responsibility, and you could be having more responsibility that is directed at working with people. You also might have something that will be exposed in the workplace, in your life, that is not pretty at all, and you would want to change that. So how do you go about it is up to you. I would just say that here there's an opportunity for you to be the boss of your own life, but make sure that you're not always whipping everyone around with a whip. How you could. That's the challenge. Just not turning into the thing with horns that wears Prada too much and looking up and down at people wearing bad shoes or something like that. Yeah, I mean, your focus can go through change. Like let's say you were previously focused on this particular way of doing things, or with this particular way of structuring stuff. Now you're gonna be a bit more, maybe not disclosing it too much, and just introducing change slowly over time, and also being super like logical about it, because Pluto in Aquarius, I like the energy, but I'm biased because like I'm Aries rising and I'm a Sagittarius sun with moon in Scorpio. I am biased, but with you, you would have to just get that bias out of the picture. You would have to be as objective, as logical, as clear in how you talk about it to the people who work for you, to the people who work with you. And it would be a big responsibility for you to handle. So watch out for being overly overburdened, and you have to balance. Understand the ratios, understand the structure, understand that there's always an opportunity to innovate, but you cannot innovate unless you already have thought it through. And do not be afraid to test new things, because Pluto can be a little bit like intimidating. So I would highly suggest do A/B testing with your new work life and this and that. So you will have enough room to play, because yeah, you have had a Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn in the 5th house. You now know what it means to play responsibly, and now it kind of moves into that everyday grind. And Aquarius is a refreshing, innovative, forward-thinking zodiac sign. So you're going to just really surprise yourself there. Good luck, Virgo. Love you so much. Libra, you have had Pluto in the most sensitive place in the zodiac wheel, which is the 4th house, and now you are going into this new territory altogether. Pluto in Aquarius is heading towards your 5th house, and it will be here for the 20 years. Woo-ha! Hee-ha! The 5th house is quite a good place for you to find what you love, find who you love, find what you don't love. And I feel like you will be having some sort of identity shift because of that, because you might get like not cocky, but there will be new flair to you because you are now not hesitating much when it comes to risk taking or creativity or putting paint on the canvas in a new way. There's like a meme going on now, like the artist before and then the artist now, and the artist now literally like hanging themselves by the ropes with a bucket of paint and film themselves while they throw paint on the canvas, laying on the floor. And that's cool AF and trending and branding and all of those things. So you will be busy next 20 years exploring new creative avenues, and I'm so happy for you. I'm really excited to see what transpires. Maybe you would be looking at people, like let's say you do online dating and you always kind of go for this particular type, and now you are really stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying different avatars, different archetypes for yourself, for others. And that's kind of like an adventure you deserve. I feel. Yeah, your fulfillment and joy will be going through periods of better, good, the best, not so good, not like creative blocks. So when the creative blocks happens, I want you to understand that Pluto is testing you, how much you really want it, how much you think you can. You are here to get that dose of self-empowerment that you can't buy in the shop. You cannot get a retreat and then come back and I'm all anew again. It will be 20-year period of change, and it will go all different ways. So I encourage you to get to your inner child and work with the inner child, because they will have so many answers for you to dig into. And rather than making it like just for the pleasure's sake or for the label's sake, make it for that child. You know, you want only the best ingredients. You only want something that is fulfilling and nurturing deeply. So I would say if someone is too good to be true, they probably are in the dating scene or even in the creative endeavors, pursuits of artistic sort of type. Or if someone is like asks you to give an apology for your voice or for you stand by, like, yeah, you know where I'm going with this. You will find new meanings, new reflections, transformative, not only to your how you go about life and finding joy in things and consuming what you love, but also what do you give as what is the creative product of that, and what is your identity as a result. So very deep place. Keep it like that. Don't make it superficial, and you will be fine. Love you so much. See you soon. Scorpio, you have told them how it is during Pluto and Capricorn. The last 15 years have been the truth like you have never seen before. And now you are going into your roots. I love this transit for you. It's finally the time to lift generational trauma or just something doesn't work anymore in your home and family. And I mean, you are redoing the entire foundation that reflects who you are, how you go with about relationship, what are you doing in the world, and what happens when you turn the key, come home Is there a doggy? Is there a kitty? Is there your child running to you? Or is there no one there? And is this an old version or a new version? So there's a lot of that radical, even contradictory energy that you would be piecing together like a puzzle to help you understand what is your emotional life like. Where do you find peace? And you might find peace turning the key and walking in, and there's no one there except maybe Alexa, and she's playing your music as you walk in. You know what I mean? Like, is it good? Is it bad? Doesn't matter. It's like you decide. You finally decide what is your emotional landscape. What do you give your power to? How are you letting go of things? Why are you letting go of them? What are you letting go of? Who are you inviting into your life as a family member? Are you working on your mood swing? Or are you fixing the swing in your backyard? There's a lot of that homey feel for you. And you might even change countries. You might even change homes, purchase, selling. Like, it's huge. It's huge. You're a fixed sign. As I said before, the fixed signs are the ones taking the bait, taking a hit, or becoming a hit. You know, like we're going to be seeing maybe all of those things together in the next 20 years. So I highly encourage you to take your sweet time, embrace that fixed sign energy, embrace that the change might be happening like with a bit of a push. Give yourself the push, give yourself permission to make mistakes. And I would say find the dynamic solution to the problem, because if you keep staying in the same status quo, Pluto, especially in Aquarius, is going to be that like geyser fountain coming from this new hole you thought was patched up, and you didn't expect it to get from there, and it'll be like like, whoa, my hair. Yeah, definitely. As a result, there will be a new version of yourself. Maybe you will become a parent. Maybe you'll become a grandparent. So I would just wish you to find the good method of feeling secure in a situation. And you don't have to be you don't have to be like too firm on that. You don't have to be the big-headed person about it. Like, this is how we're gonna do it from now on, and that's it. I know that old ways are no longer. I feel you're gonna be fine. So just navigate the emotional landscape with a new innovative flair. Ask questions and get your answers in your own time, and you're gonna be, wow, by the next 20 years you'll be looking back and you'll be like, oh wow, I did all of that myself. I have done it. I have made it. And you're gonna be brilliant at it. I know that, Scorpio. I know that. Pluto is your ruler, so you can hold all the cards close to your heart. Make sure you know, though, when it's time to let go, okay? Love you. Bye. Sagittarius. Wow, you have made it. Pluto in Capricorn was in your second house of personal self-worth, values, money, finances. And I just got good news for you. You have made it. You have proven yourself that you can generate wealth on your own, and you are magnetic, and you are taken seriously by the end of this transit. Finally, the whole time you were trying to find that formula by which to save money, to save yourself in this big wide world, and you learn how to be serious, which is for Sagittarius is like learning how to what would I say, like maybe like it kind of feels like you're going to the you went to the ballet school, you've learned ballet, and you've traveled the world with it, with this knowledge, and now you are here retired and ready to spread the knowledge, ready to put that aside and find your style of dancing ballet, like make it contemporary. You will be opening your mind again and looking at what you can do with all that knowledge base and practical skills that you have acquired in the last 15 years. And now Pluto in Aquarius will be in your third house. Great news. Influence, marketing, social media, finding your voice, being there, doing things, being very powerful and well-respected person in your local community, understanding the importance of sharing your knowledge, sharing the power, sharing connections, sharing intel with others, broadcasting, podcasting, all those cool things that like now, like, oh my God, like I'm gonna make sure that every person in the wheelchair now can participate in ballet in one form or another, like something like so off the bat that people will be like, oh my goodness, where did you come from with all these ideas? And you'll be like, well, I worked my thing off really hard, I feel a bit beaten up by life, but now I am still smiling, still happy, and I'm learning new experience. I've got curiosity, and I actually have authority now because Pluto is that kind of like, it's intense, it's strong. People with Pluto in the third house, no matter the sign, tend to say something and it will stick for a while with others. It whether goes straight into the childhood trauma and kicks them in the right direction, or it can make them shrivel in the corner and cry and be very upset about what has been said. So you would have to be very responsible here, very, very careful in how you package your message and who's gonna receive it and how. But again, don't give your power away to skewed misinterpretations, to this whole stupid cancel culture that's literally gonna disappear in Pluto and Aquarius. Before it gets really bad, it goes good again. So we will see a lot of that happening one way or the other. And what is your role in that? Where do you fit inside this big structure, so to say? What are the old perspectives that are still impeding your fresh new take on things and how you express yourself, and what do you say about matters at heart, matters at hand, and maybe the matters nobody wants to talk about, and you're the one who actually brings the attention back to it? I would just say here, something comes to mind like less is more. And the pauses in between what you say could be just as powerful as actual sentences and vowels and sounds. And again, don't waste your breath on something that you think that is just sucking life out of you. Don't do that. Bring life, and bring creativity. We want to see the genius of the word. We want to see new ways of communicating, new ways of saying the right thing without it being taken out of context. Use the technology that you have at hand. Embrace the new era. Embrace the new age. Embrace your voice that you've worked so hard to find. Now it's here, and now it's your time to shine. Sagittarius. Oh, Kayla. Love you. Bye. Capricorn, well, you can finally have a sigh of relief. Pluto has finished here with you. To be honest with you, Capricorn, out of all the signs, you have had the heaviest and the most profound transformations, changes, restrictions, limitations. We've had crazy transits pretty much all the way through, all the way from 2018, when the South Node was in Capricorn. Pluto was there conjuncting. Oh my goodness, there's just been like 2018, 19, 20, like wow, like this been just nuts. And your identity has gone through like a change 360, like 180, 360, 640, 720, like whoa, ho, ho. You are unrecognizable. Look at yourself in 2008. You are now, I mean, all of us have changed, but you have had Pluto in your first house. It's been head to toe, toe to the head, and left to the right. You've been in a washing machine. You've been you've been in a cycle, and now it's like you can open the washing machine now, and that's you, brand new. You can dry out. You can dry out. Pluto here is moving into Aquarius, and it's time for you to take bold steps towards your security, to your financial security, your self-worth, your values, you taking what is yours and you sharing it with the right person. So here you're going to be working with insecurities that could be uncovered during this next 20 years while Pluto is in Aquarius in your second house. You could also have a chance to finally transform the status quo in your money situations, like fully transform that from rags to riches, from riches to rags, back and forth until you find that perfect alignment that is powerful and that is matching your values. Okay, you're gonna be healing a lot of self-worth issues. You're gonna be looking at things from perspective of I can, and I'm going to have that. Just how manic are you to obtain values? How determined are you to do that? I have a slight idea that you are very. A word of caution would be make sure that you are not overstepping your values on the way to your goals. And also, what does need to go for your growth to happen? Is there so much stuff that you are holding on to that you don't need anymore? Could be anything really. And how do you provide more space? So maybe just try to give things to charity. Make sure there's a current back and forth. Don't just accumulate and not share. Obviously, you would need to find that sense of what truly matters to you and how you can make it work for you and also for the other people in your life or outside of your life. It has to move. It has to have that movement to it because you are Capricorn. You love the movement. You know where you're going. Again, rigidness is another issue that can come up. So if you're like, no, this is it. Like if you're a fundamentalist of sorts, you could become totally not. And if you were very rebellious in the past, now you could move towards fundamentalism. So I would just say, keep it balanced. I actually really love this transit for you, Capricorn, because you will finally apply your new identity to the ways that you can make money, the ways that you can accumulate wealth. And it's not just the wealth that is material, it's also the inner wealth. You would be growing as a person during this transit because you have done the work, and whatever the finances right now, they will be reflecting that work. So it's a good time to check in with yourself and understand the blueprint of how to get those assets in your world, how to get rid of the assets that you don't want anymore for one reason or the other, and how you sharing that with those close to you. And I am sure you're going to be feeling very good about yourself when the things will be taking shape. Main thing is you have to conquer the fear of hopelessness, lack of self-worth, lack of confidence, or just being questioning your direction according to the circumstances, according to the market. So just watch out for outside influences trying to break your willpower to acquire what is truly yours. Good luck, Capricorn, and I wish you the best. this Pluto in Aquarius. 20 years of smashing it. Bye. Aquarius, Pluto has left the 12th house and now is moving into the first house. Your identity is under the microscope, and the last 15 years you took your sweet time daydreaming and thinking of what is possible, but it kind of never felt like it was going anywhere. It felt a little bit scattered. Right now, you've got the focus on actually making it real, manifesting things you want to see for yourself, for your relationship, for the world at large. And you know now that it's your responsibility to be that innovator, the shapeshifter who is putting all the energy into finding themselves all over again after all this daydreaming, night dreaming, working with the shadows of the 12th house, understanding your soul blueprint, your cosmic relationship with the universe and the fairies. Now you are like looking in the mirror and seeing yourself in a light that you kind of like all of those colors came together in one, like a prism, the Pink Floyd triangular prison, prism, putting all the colors into just white color. And that's a beam. You are that beam right now, consolidating all the findings, all the problems, all the mistakes, all the revelations into a packaged product, which is, I'm sorry, I'm calling you a product, but in this day and age, especially with Pluto in Aquarius, yeah, branding. Every person is kind of like a brand now, it doesn't sound good on paper, but it works in the modern world. So you would be that manifestation of the new approach to identity, to what is strong, what is weak, what is ostracized, what is like the abuse of power, and also lack of power. You will go through all of those states within the next 20 years, and you will find for yourself, where are you in all of this? What makes you you? Okay, it's kind of going to the shops and putting all the different dresses and taking your sweet time and understanding which cut, which color, which the whole thing, what works, what is you are wearing the clothes, not the clothes wearing you. So when you find is life wearing you, or you're wearing life, kind of like that's the energy. Could be overwhelming, could be asking for too much, could be making you melt like an ice cream on the spot. On the other hand, you could be like, this is a piece of cake, I can do this, and you could be overconfident in things. So just balance in your sense of identity, sense of self, but do not put yourself in the corner. Explore. That's why you need to explore different states of self, and you will have that direction. Just follow your gut here, because that's the primal instinct that will allow you to feel things, and you will become a people scanner. As this transit goes ahead, you will be opening new ways to present yourself to the world, and others will follow you. Okay, they will follow you. And where are you going to lead them? What cave? Or is it going to be an open field with is it utopia, is it dystopia? All right, well, that's my take on Pluto in your first house, Aquarius. I'm wishing you to stay true and center. Love you. Bye. Pisces, hello and welcome. Pluto has been in Capricorn for the last 15 years in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, organizations, and groups. And now it is moving into your 12th house, which is associated with Pisces. So you will be having a major, major revolution, renovation in your relationship with things beyond the veil. I mean, they're not going to be so much beyond the veil anymore because Pluto and Aquarius will lift a lot of hidden knowledge to the surface, and you would be that person who will be the medium for this amazing new thing to happen, to propel the human consciousness, awareness to the levels that we didn't even know were there. And that starts in your inner world because, yeah, Pluto in the 12th house is going to be like a hound sniffing for fears, blockages, distortions to the cosmic blueprint and the la-di-da-di-da. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to name it, you might not be able to name it or to label it. It would just be like a feeling, the feeling that doesn't go away and all of a sudden is gone. And now you realize that, oh my God, I have so much free space inside of my rib cage now. I can finally breathe. It feels lighter. And that would be like a bit by bit process with Pluto and Aquarius in your 12th house. It's going to really help you see your shortcomings, and that will give you even more compassion because you will understand that no one is perfect. No one is here to live to some ideal anymore. Like, thank goodness, Pisces, you really deserve this clarity of the mind and this vector of evolution, because sometimes, you could forgive and forget and then come back to the same story and then live through it again firsthand and be like, why am I here again? What is this cycle? The cycles break now. They literally go away. You become more emotionally integrated. You're not scared anymore to show your emotions, to share your emotions, and you can really bring other people's awareness to their emotions as a result, which is good. Allow time and space for this work, and you will find something of true beauty in it. Even it can feel grotesque, or it can feel like the world is shattering into a million pieces. I would just say dive into it. Do not be scared. You are protected, you are loved, and this transit will be electrifying your soul. So you can then, when Pluto goes into Pisces and we have a whole different world that we live, you will be saying, like, this is the truth and this is not. This is the illusion and this is real. Like, you will understand all of that. You will be kind of like it feels to me that you are, like when there's like a closed, like the new product comes out and then there is like a selected group that can experience this product first on the plan. I think you are the person that is like in the pre-sale for Pluto in Aquarius, because you will look at the whole thing from inside, from like total detached place. But because it's so detached, sometimes it's hard to see what exactly it is. But after the 20 years are gone and Pluto is entering into your sign, I mean, Pisces, you're going to just have a new set of, you're going to have a rebirth, I feel like no other sign in this lifetime, to be honest. You finally will feel like all of this time, it's just been preparation for that moment. So a spiritual awakening like no other. Make sure you reach out for help. You do not isolate yourself any further and you think that everyone is bad or these groups are bad and you just want to like keep your hands clean, and the dirtier your hands, the better. because everyone will want to know how did you wash it off in 20 years. Okay? I'm wishing you best of luck, and yeah, love you so much.